Hi everybody! So I have a couple fun videos for you today, and with Halloween coming up, I thought it would be fun to give you some inspiration for the people out there that are non-horror, non-scary movie fans like myself. I'm definitely a horror wimp. I don't like really being scared very much, but I also don't mind a good ghost story or something that's just a little bit tense or fun in that way, but there's not very many horror movies that I like. So these are all movies that I think are tense, but they're okay for the average person. And some of them are funny scary and some of them are scary scary. So first one I have is Rear Window. This is a really good tense Hitchcock. It's got Jimmy Stewart, Grace Kelly, and Jimmy Stewart is a photographer who's laid up and he starts spying on his neighbor, and he realizes that his neighbor may be up to no good. It's very tense, it's very well done. The next one I have is Paranorman. Paranorman has some good definite like jump scares, and it's stop motion and it's amazingly done. Like, you can't believe that this is figures, and it's about a kid named Norman who has the ability to speak to the dead, and nobody will believe him, and it's just a lot of fun. My next one, I still have the VHS, I don't have it on DVD or Blu-ray yet, but I want to get it, is Pinocchio. And I know it's not normally considered a scary movie, but it is completely terrifying. And I think what makes it the scariest Disney movie is that there's no sense of punishment for any of the bad deeds that are done. It's a morality tale meant to tell children that sin is bad and to lead a good life, and it does that very, very effectively. Have the kids getting turned into donkeys, which, you know, terrifies me even as an adult, definitely does a kid, and it's just a really pretty scary monster of the whale. You have Stromboli, who's a pretty mean dude. So I think Pinocchio is up there. Next one is another Hitchcock. This is North by Northwest. This is a great innocent man in the wrong place, the wrong time, suspense movie. It's Cary Grant, Eva Marie Saint, and it's just very exciting and it's very tense. This is Notorious. This is another Hitchcock, and this is a slow moving movie, so if you can handle that kind of pacing, then I think you'll really enjoy it. It's very, very good. It's got Ingrid Bergman and Cary Grant and Claude Rains, and Ingrid Bergman plays the daughter of a man who has been convicted of being a double agent for the Germans. And so she, in order to prove her loyalty, she agrees to work with Cary Grant, who's also an agent, and to infiltrate her way into a group of Nazi kingpins. And it's very tense, it's very passionate. It has some of the best kissing of any Hollywood movie I've ever seen. And like I said, but if you can handle a little bit slower moving, then it is very suspenseful and very, very, very seductive. So this is a good one. Then I have The Nightmare Before Christmas. And this is got great music by Danny Elfman. It's got trick-or-treaters. You've got Boogeyman that wants to kill Santa. It's just very, very, very heartfelt, but very spooky, and a great one for Halloween and Christmas, it's probably the only one that's equally good for both holidays. I have Gravity, and I know you're saying this is not a scary movie, but I actually think it is. It's very tense. You don't know what's going to happen, and there are a couple pretty good little jump scares that startled me, and it's so good at keeping the pace so that as soon as you kind of let your guard down, okay, she's safe, boom, the next thing happens. And so I actually think Gravity would be a really good choice. I have the Harry Potter movies. I think you can't go wrong with any of these. They've got witches and wizards, and bad people and Voldemort and Harry, Hermione, all the fun stuff. They're so well paced. They definitely have sort of a spooky element to them, and every last one of them I think would be a great choice. I have Ghostbusters, and this is more funny, scary, more funny ghost story, of course. Ghostbusters, it's hilarious, very well written. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, and you've got your ghosts, you've got your Ghostbusters, and it's certainly a good Halloween choice, and it'll make you laugh. Next, we have my favorite Hitchcock movie, and this is Vertigo. And this one is kind of less popular for some reason, but I think it is such a good psychological thriller. You really get inside Jimmy Stewart's head, and you feel like you get to know him pretty well, but at the same time, you're not sure about him. You don't know if he's crazy, if he's just deluded, what's going on. And it's so beautifully filmed. I could watch it without the sound and just look at it. It's gorgeous. Then there's only one traditional horror movie that I actually like, and that is The Shining. So this is a freaky movie, but I feel like it's, again, a psychological thriller. Somebody just kind of going slowly crazy, or quickly crazy. And so it's something that I can kind of relate to a little bit, as opposed to it's not some, serial killer like a Saw movie or something like that. That scares me a lot more than this. But Stanley Kubrick's amazing. His film it's so well shot. It's so chilling, but yet I don't think it crosses the line for me to being unpleasant. So I say The Shining. And then my last suggestion is to pull out your Simpsons and watch the Treehouse of Horror episodes. A lot of them, I must admit, I don't get some of the jokes because I haven't seen the movies. I haven't seen those horror movies, but they're so well done. They're so much fun. And right now, if you download the FXX app on your phone, you can, for free, watch every episode of The Simpsons, which is awesome, including the Treehouse of Horror. And FX is doing a marathon, I believe, this week. Maybe on Halloween, I'm not sure. They're doing a marathon of Treehouse of Horror episodes, so you can check that out as well. But they're so well done, they're so fun, and they're actually pretty bloody and pretty scary, but more funny scary. So they're definitely a good choice. And a lot of times at a party, you don't really want to watch a long 2-hour movie, you just want a little thing. So Treehouse of Horror is a perfect choice because it's half an hour long. Another great choice would be It's the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. That would be a good one. And choice is The Corpse Bride. And I have this outside of its case because I went through a period where I got rid of my cases, which is very stupid, don't do that. But anyway, it's a really fun movie. It's kind of like Nightmare Before Christmas, but the songs are really good. It's not as trying to be as tender-hearted or teach something as Nightmare Before Christmas was. It's just more of a ghost story, fun ghost story, it's like a cross between Paranorman and Nightmare Before Christmas is Corpse Bride. I love the songs, and it just looks so beautiful, and it's just a great ghost story. So those are my suggestions for the wimpy person at Halloween. What movie you can get out and watch and have a lot of fun being scared, but not too scared. So thanks so much. Let me know your favorites. Which ones are you a horror wimp? Let me know which ones you think are pretty tame but you still like, and you still get that experience of a scary movie. So, thanks.